What's going on, everybody? It's Socials here, bringing you some Zilean gameplay on Summoner's Rift. This game was probably one of my best games of Zilean, because I just haven't played him in a while. And he was one of my first champions I ever bought because he was like the cheapest one, and I wasn't really good at him. But I've kind of watched some videos and learned how to play him better. Because when you first start out, you're like, oh, he only has one damage ability. I don't want to play him, and I like maxed rewind first, thinking it was cool, but no, I actually didn't do anything. But I actually did really well this game. I went, I think, 18 and 8, something like that. I only had like 41 CS at the end of the game just because I got so fed at the beginning. I think with a lot of these champions that are underplayed, you have an advantage over the people in normals that don't know how to counter a Zilean really. Like the Taric wasn't healing people that had time bombs on, and it was just a really bad play on their part, not knowing how to counter me. But what I want to talk about a lot today was the new patch preview that Riot released about the new gameplay changes coming to Twisted Fate, new Mastery, and the Tryndamere nerf. I was really glad to see something going on with Tryndamere. He has been too strong for way too long. I think that something needs to be done beyond the healing nerf, but I think it's a good move for Riot to actually start changing something about him so they aren't completely nerfing him in one patch. I think that he needs to have less crit damage per stack of Fury, and he needs to have maybe a shorter duration on his ultimate and not gain a full Fury bar when he uses it, or maybe a half. But I don't know how much this is going to change with the healing nerf, so maybe a full Fury bar would actually make sense. But I think that he does way too much damage early game because he can have like 40% crit chance level 3 and you can't do anything about it because you haven't gotten any health. Your supports really don't have a lot of healing yet, so he's really hard to counter and his heal and stuff. So I was glad to see that, and the new change to Twisted Fate, which makes pick a card a manual attack like LeBlanc's Sigil of Silence sort of thing. So you aren't like chasing after someone with the yellow card and you accidentally auto attack a minion or something and you lose it. So it's actually more of a spell sort of deal, like it actually is supposed to be. And I think that's going to be really useful to a lot of Twisted Fate players because people are switching to more of an AP Twisted Fate, like an AP Teemo looking Twisted Fate instead of an actual AD Twisted Fate. I've played both and I really don't have an opinion on either. It really depends on your team composition. Really, if you need more AP, then you can go AP. If you need more AD, you can go AD on Twisted Fate. But another thing that was really cool was the new mastery that's going to replace Perseverance or something that gives you health regen with mana. I'm a little questioning about how that's going to change the game because a lot of mages build Rod of Ages and you'll have a lot of mana by the end of the game, and especially on characters like Rise and Singed, you'll have a lot of health regen depending on how this mastery actually works. And that's the thing with these videos that I make. They're only on my judgments from the patch preview video. They don't have any of the actual release notes, so take that in mind before you comment about stuff. But yeah, I think it would be helpful because it seems like the utility tree is not what it's used to be before the patch that changed all the masteries, and I like to see an actual utility actually in the utility tree besides the ones that are in offense now that really don't help when you're trying to build support and just the regular mage. I do want to see some changes for Vladimir that they still haven't done yet. Vladimir just needs a complete rework in my opinion. He doesn't do enough damage late game, and he has a decent early game, but he dwindles out really fast. He has absolutely no damage besides Hemiplague, and if you get caught up against another mage, you're screwed, and his passive's just not good anymore. And the community has been really wanting a Vladimir change, but they haven't given it to us. But they did do something right with the Tryndamere, and I guess we'll have to see. I am excited about the Nine-Tailed Fox because they mentioned that a long time ago, and they're just now releasing gameplay description of her, so I'll try to get some gameplay out on her if I decide to buy her. I think I almost have enough IP for her too, so yeah, stay tuned for more gameplay, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and I'll see you later.